Universal, first of all, Lucas couldn't interest anybody in it. Perhaps it's partly my beloved American International Studios' fault, because they were making films, and others were at the time, that were hyper-violent, sexual, a lot of crashes and blow-ups and murders. And credit George Lucas, where he wanted to tell a different story, his own story. And he says himself, they wanted hot rods to hell. They wanted a murder. He says they wanted a film that wasn't American Graffiti. So all the studios continually said they weren't interested. So he was finally able to interest Universal in it. But again, after an initial test screening, there were so many issues they had with it. And the Universal guys were all distraught. Oh, what are we going to do with this film? Think about it. The film that you and I know and love, they watched the same basic film and were distraught. It baffles the mind that they didn't see what he had there. And I guess you got to leave it up to guys like Lucas to be the visionaries, to see over the horizon and to say, you know what, there would be an audience for this type of film. And, it's funny that with his American Graffiti, he ushered in a whole different type of film and filmmaking. And so it was a real struggle, and his producer friend, Francis Ford Coppola, was there fighting for him. And, eventually, almost reluctantly, almost like, oh, what do we got to lose? Let's just release this stupid thing. And then everybody bought homes in the islands with the money they made from it. It was one of those stories where you shake your head at what, the guys couldn't see. And Lucas, in many ways, revolutionized filmmaking. I mean, you can make a case that it was that huge. So at the core of all this, you can't do all that without a lovely movie and a wonderful story. And that's something that you and I have connected with, and it's resonated with us. So the proof is in the film itself. It's magnificent any time of year.
I'll just actually read something that you have written. George Lucas made American Graffiti in 28 days for $775,000. Test audiences loved it. Universal hated it. Producer Coppola was miffed and said he'd buy it back from the studio, but Universal finally released it, and it became one of the original sleeper hits. The film initially grossed $55 million, $325 million in today's dollars. In 1978, it was re-released and grossed an additional $63 million, bringing the total to $118 million, or $697 million in current dollars. The 43rd highest grossing film of all time, adjusted for inflation, and one of the highest cost-to-profit ratios in movie history. So